Hi, I'm Lisa Jennings. I'm executive editor of Nation's Restaurant News in Los Angeles, and I have with us today Charlie Morrison, who is chairman and CEO of Wingstop, based in Dallas. More than 1,400 units system-wide, mostly franchised, fast casual wings. Hi, Charlie. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So we're here today to talk about, Charlie is going to be the keynote presenter at a conference that's coming up. It's June 2nd through 5th. It's called Restaurants Rise, and there is a website, restaurantsrise.com. Check it out. This is going to be an opportunity to connect with industry executives and get together in a way that we haven't been able to do physically because of this global pandemic. You can come and learn, trade ideas, get best practices, and you don't even have to wear shoes. You can bring your dog. I've got my dog here with me. And Charlie is going to be talking about the new normal. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And the reason why we invited Charlie to talk about this is because during the April from hell, when most restaurants were shut down, including Wingstop, we saw just terrible reports of same-store sales, but Wingstop in April had same-store sales up more than 30%, 33% actually. So Charlie, maybe you can give us a little hint about how you guys did that.
Sure, I'd be happy to. We did have a great April. Even coming out of the month of March in our fiscal first quarter, we saw an immediate uptick in our sales. And we think it has a lot to do with two things. First and foremost, we were a brand that was built to be a digital and off-premise business. In fact, off-premise made up over 80% of our sales pre-COVID-19. And we've made a lot of investments over the past few years that I'll share at the conference on digital and delivery that we believe positioned us beautifully for this crisis. But the second thing I think is really important is the culture of our company. And we really focus on our core values, which include being service-minded, maintaining our authenticity, and being entrepreneurial. And great entrepreneurs, as we know, are able to pivot, make adjustments very quickly to their businesses, and position themselves in times like this. And I think Wingstop was no exception to that. And we relied on those core values. Our team was able to react very quickly. And I think the results, as you mentioned, speak for themselves, with same-store sales in the month of April up over 30%. We didn't expect that, but I think it is a demonstration of the positioning and the hard work we've put in over the past few years.
Well, now with the restrictions lifting in most states now, I think more than half of the states have lifted their dine-in restrictions. How many Wingstop restaurants are now open for dine-in business?
Zero.
Oh,
with
still
the restrictions.
Yeah,
we truly believe, our brand is built for off-premise. As I mentioned, over 80% of our sales going into COVID-19 were off-premise occasions anyway, which means guests can come and visit us, pick up their food, and leave, which is typical. When we closed our dining rooms down, what we recognized was we were still able to obviously grow our business. And so in the interest of the safety of our team members, of our franchisees, and also our customers, we feel that opening too early is not a necessity for our business, and we'd rather rely on a safe approach. So we've adopted an internal phrase we call FILO, first in, last out. We'll be one of the last ones that'll actually open our dining rooms across America.
That's so interesting, actually. And is there a sense of a timeline? I mean, have you talked about the timing? Or
we're watching it carefully. We're trying to make sure we make a good decision when we do it. Our franchisees, whom we affectionately call our brand partners, and us are talking about it quite frequently. And so far, they're very supportive of the idea. Let's take our time. Let's do it right. So it'll be carefully constructed as we watch how the reemergence out there happens, and also, of course, watching the pandemic itself to make sure that we understand, is opening a dining room going to create any challenges or risk to our employees as well as our customers.
That's fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about that, because come June, maybe there'll be an update in terms of how we were thinking about it.
Yeah, there may be.
Yeah. So How important is it for you, Charlie, to be able to get together at an event like this? I mean, we've missed the NRA show. I don't know how many events you typically go to in a year, but you know, how do you feel about just the need for connection with other industry leaders right now?
Well, as you know, the restaurant industry is a huge industry by way of size of revenue or however you measure it, but yet it's a very small industry, and that so many of us know each other so well, and we've partnered together over the years. Even at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, I was speaking with some of my peers across the industry. We were all trying to figure out this world of uncertainty and what do we do and how are you thinking about it? How should we think about it? And there was a great sense of collaboration that existed, which I think is necessary both during a pandemic and any other time in business. So I do miss the conferences. We do attend a few throughout the year. I miss that interaction. So I love the idea of what we're doing here because I think it does give us all an opportunity to share experiences and learn from that. We're competitors in some respects, but really we're all in this together to make sure that we continue to feed America and take care of that need that people have.
And I should note, actually, that this event has a give back component. So a portion of proceeds is going to be donated to the NRA Educational Foundation's Employee Relief Fund, which, as everyone knows, supports food service workers that have been impacted by this pandemic. And the fund has raised more than $23 million so far, and that's thanks in part to Wingstop, which has donated. Charlie, tell us a little bit about the donation that Wingstop has made to this fund also.
Absolutely. When we recognized the good fortune we had in front of us at Wingstop, based on our positioning and our sales growth and the profits we were generating, we knew good and well that not only did we need to continue our work to get back to the community, and we've been doing that locally with our franchisees in market to take care of first responders in the situation. So healthcare workers, teachers, others who are out there working hard to take care of our customers. But at the same time, we also recognize that many of our peers in the industry have team members who have lost their jobs because they've had to cut back. And so on one side, we donated over 1 million meals so far to food banks and organizations, as I mentioned before, throughout the country in our efforts on the ground. But we also partnered with the National Restaurant Association's Employee Relief Fund and donated $1 million to the fund to support those employees, those team members out there who need our assistance. And they get those $500 grants, which we've been watching carefully. And I hope others will continue to contribute to this great cause that Guy Fieri and the team have put together, because I think it's absolutely what we need to do as an industry to rally together to help each other, but also all of those who support our industry coming together to help provide access to those funds for people who desperately need it.
That's fantastic. So thank you for that. And thanks for everyone for listening. And I hope you'll join us in June 2nd through 5th. Check out the agenda at restaurantsrise.com for more information. Thanks, Charlie, for joining us today. And I look forward to talking to you in a few weeks.
My pleasure. I do as well. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.